Hey, it's story time. It's story time. Spectacular. Yeah.
Sneaky.
Welcome back, my friends, to the Jesse Storytime Spectacular. I'm Jesse, your host, obviously. I'm here to give you my review of Mandy with Nicolas Cage as the star. And no, this isn't just another random Nicolas Cage movie out of nowhere that's kind of like whatever the heck. Back in like the blockbuster days where you would just get so many Nicolas Cage direct to DVD movies or whatever. I don't know. That might be ancient to some, but I used to work at a blockbuster. Shh, it's a secret. Let's see. Basically, this movie has everything that you could want. Nicolas Cage, a whole bunch of drugs, oh, a cult, and a demonic force, and pretty much a gigantic, insane, evil adventure. And anybody who's seen the film would understand that little evil there. But some notes I took here brought up some good questions that I had. And a couple questions that I had that if anybody else out there has seen Mandy, I'd like to know when you think this was set. Like what time what time do you think this was set? Obviously, it's probably the Northwest of some sort in the middle of nowhere, but like, uh, uh, I don't know if I've missed a detail here that anyone else can come up with, but that's just one question. Another question I had was, is the cult in this movie real? Which happens to be another thing that I've written down, cha-ching. Children of the Dawn. Deep, 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 deep. Sorry, just had to do that. Get that out of me. Sorry. So, oh my god, moving on. And is Mandy evil? Because, I mean, the whole time you're trying to figure out it wasn't just Mandy was freaking evil from the start anyway, and he, never should have, like, accepted her his help or whatever. I don't know. The whole thing is very, very cryptic, and there's you kind of have to make your own little idea of what you feel like it actually went down and whatnot, because the movie's so well shot and so well directed that obviously you kind of have to make your own picture of it at the end, which I freaking love. I think it's so creative and uh, such a brutal revenge sort of movie, which with a cult involved, Nicolas Cage, a whole bunch of crazy cult members, two of them being like these biker gangs, like who are just so angry and crazy, dressed up in these like way leather suits that they've like pretty much lived in and become these animal like creatures. I don't even know what to call them at some point, but they're insane and pretty much hilarious what they work for. Just gonna kind of mute myself on that one because this is YouTube and yo, you know. Oh, and what book was Mandy reading at the beginning? Because there could be some symbolism going on there. Obviously, I mean, there's so much symbolism at the beginning of the movie that it's wild how I could hear someone else's perspective of the film and be like, I really didn't think of that part. Like, that's really, really, really good. Awesome, you know. But, we'll figure that part out. uh, let me see. It was, I mean, my personal theory happens to be that Mandy was just evil the whole time. The chick's sitting there talking about how, like, this childhood memory of hers about a dead bird that her dad kills and then ends up killing all the babies and why, like, why is she talking about this when they're cuddling and having this beautiful moment and everything, and it's supposed to be all heartfelt. I don't even know where this stuff comes from, but moving on. The cult in this movie, I have to give so much credit for. The Children of the Dawn, whoever came up with this, or however that's connected, whatnot, I don't know if it's real, but it feels like I could be watching a history film about a cult. I don't know what to tell you. Jeremiah, the leader of the cult, and yes, I got a homie Jeremiah out there. I love you, buddy. I hope you are watching this. Let's see. You got Marlene, the old bitch. You know what I mean? Who's crazy. You never know whether she's on whose side or not. I don't know. She's kind of neutral, but she's just absolutely nuts, and you can't really figure her out in any sentence she speaks. But you know, um, they're all nuts, and they all put like drugs in Mandy's eyes and stuff like that, and then have like this scorpion that's been living in a jar of chemicals, and they just take it out, and it's like it stings Mandy, and then the lady takes it away and puts it right back in the jar and seals it, and that thing lives in the jar. And she's like, And that's what I call the cherry on top. After she ingests her with a whole bunch of other drugs and stuff, I'm just like, oh my god, this is insane. And then you start seeing the movie from Mandy's perspective for a while she's all drugged up. And it's just nuts. Like, the imagery is insane. And I was honestly impressed. It, it does feel like you're watching a trip. Muted on that too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody just, love my little emo girl slang. Oh my god. So cute. So, even better because I have more notes. So, change to page two. Ah, yeah. Choose. Don't you want to talk about it? That girl and she. They give her like this bizarre, all these bizarre chemicals. I'm not sure really how to describe it. It's just the imagery leads the rest of the film over into this insane, crazy, crazy ending that you'll absolutely love. I just don't want to ruin things for you. Though I've already given you enough, but uh, just this cult is even scary in itself, and it's the whole thing is really creepy. It creeps you out, like for real. So I can't stress this enough. This was a gem. I hold this dear to my recommendational heart. The Jesse Big Hot Five list that could be on it. We could be scratching that surface there. I don't even know what to tell you, but it's way up there right now. I'm loving this movie. I could rewatch it a bunch of times and still find stuff that I missed before that was even awesomer. But that's just me. And I'm weird like that, but I freaking love this movie. And it's kind of like a Nicolas Cage comeback film. A lot of fans were like, whoa, this was so well done. And he's done a bunch of these fantastically crazy scenes in this movie in one take. It was very impressive. There was a lot of press about it at the time. Believe there were some articles out there, magazine articles that I couldn't get a real hold of, but I do know they do exist because I've seen them public and on other sources that I read. But it's not really worth putting them up. Yeah, they just kind of all say the same thing, and it's very, very bland. So I don't know. I just don't feel it's worth it to bother with. But let me see. The best, some of the best lines in this movie. Honestly, the one best line in this movie is when that creepy Jeremiah dude is talking to Mandy, and he's just like, do you like the Carpenters? But that also makes you wonder, like, he thinks like he's part of that. He wrote the Carpenters songs and stuff. It was so crazy because like the whole thing doesn't make any sense. Like the cult, uh, I don't know. They referenced something about a bad batch in the movie or something like that when it came to some drugs. I don't know. That whole thing was very, very funny with the cult, though, because in the background, like, you kind of have to laugh, but on camera, it's not a laugh in your face. It's just more of a a subtle what the heck, like what's going on with this, that sort of thing. The end is fantastic with the special effects and just the mystery it leaves you with, the imagery. It's so well shot and well put together. I can't wait for you guys to tell me more about what you thought down in the comments below, please. It's on Shudder, Amazon Prime. There's a lot of places to see it. Get out there, check it out. It's, you can probably get like free things to see it. I don't know. Do whatever illegal things you have to do. I don't care. But that's not my business. Choose, and I'm gonna have to see y'all later. Peace.